Dum, let's start. Welcome, guys. Willkommen, bienvenue, and all that. Do I know any more? I probably do, but I can't remember any. So there you go. That's all you get. You get the three. Hola. Hola, click that game. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Saturday evening. Oh. All my French has come from Flight of the Conchords, Feu de Fafa. That's the only French I know. It's not true. I do know a bit more French than that. But I'm especially good at saying Jacques Cousteau and baguette. So there you go. Oh, God. Right, let me get this ready. So tonight I'm drinking Kraken rum. Still got half a bottle of that left. Might have to make good use of that. And Marquis del Norte Rioja, which is a 2015 vintage, which I'm shocked at because that's potentially a good year for Rioja. I need to check that actually, but around about the 4 or 5 year old mark is where it starts getting really, really tasty. So we shall see. It could be I got a magnificent deal. It could be it's a really shit year. I don't know. Find out. Just letting it breathe. I've got one Kraken on the go now, so I'll get through that, and then I shall open it and see what happens. Okay. So, just to let you know what we're going to do tonight, we're gonna go through the game. I can't for the life. I was very drunk when we finished last time, so I can't remember for the life of me what I was doing towards the end of the stream. I do have some notes somewhere actually, so maybe I should look back at the notes. Oh, let me start the quiz for you guys as well. So, there you go. Ooh, Jaguar to begin. This should be an easy one. Okay, so I've got a list of some kind of bugs and stuff here, so maybe we'll go through some of these. I think let's cross out some stuff that I've already done. I've only made one change to the overlay, which is to make sure the quiz and race happens at the same time all the time, so now it doesn't alternate between just the quiz and race. Every time there's a quiz, there'll be a race following it. It does mean that it's going to take a little bit longer in the. Oh, nice. Well done, Grey Defender. Yeah, the Jaguar raiding was very weird, actually. It had that weird side panel on it. I don't know why. But it was kind of strange looking, to be honest. I did look at that as a potential source for my inspiration for doing the Raiden one. Oh, just while we're on the topic of Raiden, so Raiden I'm probably not going to do now. The reason being is because of licensing issues. I don't know. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm not entirely sure who owns the license. I'll keep the engine that I've written for it because it's pretty decent for a shoot 'em up, but I'm not going to make Raiden as yet. If the license holders come forward, then maybe I will do, but it's looking unlikely. And what I've realized over the past couple of weeks, over Christmas actually, is that as I think I said on the last stream, for me the more important thing is to get an original launch title for the Mega 65. So my mission is to create a unique game for the Mega 65 that's just on the Mega 65. I actually discussed it a little bit in Discord. I'm not going to go into it here. If you want to find out about my idea, go and check in Discord. It gives me an opportunity to post the Discord link. There you go. Checking the Mega 65 channel. There's some details in there of kind of what I'm planning. It's just a rough idea at the moment, but I'm hoping with the right artist on board, it should work quite well. Oh, that's a mod job. What can I say? I'm on the ball tonight. I've had my 20-minute pre-stream nap. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. I wanted to have more than 20 minutes, but I woke myself up with my own snoring, which is never a good sign, is it really? Oh, thanks for the resub, Microman. I missed that. It must have been during the intro. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Um, what else? That's kind of pretty much it. Oh, we've got the Famicom set up as well next to me here. It uses the retro thing because it's not got an RGB mod, which is a bit of a shame. But I had a look online how to do the RGB mod. It does seem a little bit of a pain because you've got to desolder one of the you've got to desolder the PPU chip, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that or not. Depends how much I actually play it as a machine, as a games machine rather than a dev machine. So we shall see. But I've got a load of games coming for it. I tested the disc and I tested the cartridge just to see that they load and how to actually load them because it took me ages to figure out how to get the actual disc to load. But now I know how to do that, so I'll actually play some of those later on. So we may finish around about half one rather than half two for the code and just move on to playing some games for a little bit. Right, so with that, let's crack on. Let me give you all some points as well. Where do I normally give the points? Do I do it here? Can't remember. Can't remember. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've completely lost the plot. Oh my god, yeah, there we go. Was that the right amount? Oh my god. Wow, this bodes well. Future night. Oh right, Sid tune. Okay. Yeah. So, and just to reiterate as well, if you are interested in potentially doing art for the game that I want to do on the Mega 65, please go and check out the description that I have put in Discord to just get an idea if it's the sort of thing you'd be able to draw. I'm looking for quite a large amount of detail in the background. So there'll be a background layer and there'll be a foreground layer. So there, potentially more. I've got to work out. I think I've reached the limit of what the Mega 65 can do in my testing today. So I need to work out what the exact number of parallax layers I can add in. But there'll be some kind of layered background going on, and quite a lot, quite character animation heavy. So whoever is doing the art needs to be comfortable doing character animations as well. So yeah, okay. So I've got a list of stuff to do here. I have no chance of doing all. well, keep at it. I mean, don't stop. I haven't. To be honest with you, I haven't kind of made a decision on anything yet. It's all kind of up in the air. So um but it's the character animation I think is going to be the hard thing. To give you an idea, one of the bosses I want to do is going to be Medusa. So you need to be comfortable drawing a person, a snake person with snake hair, and that's kind of quite an animation job there, I think. So oh, and there was one other thing as well. So the giveaway that we're going to do, I'm probably going to do this. No, I will do it on a Saturday. I will do it on a Saturday. But what I might do is when I do the giveaway, so unlike the normal giveaway where you're going to buy tickets, what I'm going to do is sometime this week, I'm going to put a challenge out. And the challenge is going to be to produce, to replicate a screenshot basically on the C64. So I'm going to give you a screenshot that's made in Petsky or whatever, quite simple. And the task is to reproduce that screenshot in as few bytes as possible. So there'll be some simple rules like it has to be it has to be an assembly. Um, you can use uh, basic functions if you want. You can call basic and kernel functions if you want. Um, and it has to be in a particular area. Like I'll make sure that the code is in a particular area so I can count the bytes properly. Like it must be launched with an a typical basic upstart. But what I'm going to do is, and this is my mission has always been to give this to a talented coder who is dedicated to making something for the M65. And I think it was Mythical Duck mentioned this today as an optimization task, and it's a great idea because it's relatively short. um, and it means that what you can do is you can spend a week if you're really determined to get a Mega 65 dev kit, or I say dev kit, a board that can do the dev stuff. Um, you can spend less than a week doing something, and I know that the person who wins that will have the kind of desire to do it, and b the skills to do it as well. Um, so it's going to be a slightly different giveaway this month, and I may do one of these every month in addition to other prizes, depending on how funds work. Funds have been all right this Christmas, so I think I can afford to do that this month, and then probably do another one next month as well as a normal giveaway as well. So I will do every time I give one of these away, and I want to give lots of them away after talking about it today. I will make sure that it's done in that way. I sound really nervous tonight. Really, I feel kind of, I don't know. I feel good. I don't feel nervous. Just when Charlie needs someone that can produce something, you enter. Yeah. So will it be for no? It'll be for the C64. I think it would be unfair to ask people to do the challenge on the Mega 65 because you don't know the system. So I would rather find it, because learning this Mega 65 is a task on its own. So but yes, I think it's a way of piquing the interest of people who um would be interested in developing for the Mega 65, and not creating something that is going to take people months to complete. You're going to have like a week or something to do it, or 10 days or something. But I'll announce that during the week. I'll probably announce it on Tuesday's stream, um, and put the details up somewhere. I kind of want to keep it to people on this stream at first as well. So I mean, you're free to copy it around everywhere, obviously, as much as you want. But I'm going to announce it in the Discord, and I'm going to announce it on the stream. I'm not going to put it onto Twitter or anything. I'm just going to do it through Discord and this channel. So that way, it will be limited. It's kind of limited to people on the stream, but anybody can enter it. But um, you will need to be on the stream to accept the prize, though, as well. I will make that a rule. So, but anyway, right, let's crack on. So, let's say I've got a list of bugs. Let's start by just loading it up and having a look. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons now. I've been doing freaking hell. Doing Mega 65 all day again, pressing the wrong buttons. Okay, so I've got quite a few bugs on here. Okay, there's a big one here. During high school, no game logo. I think that's probably going to be the best place to start. I think so. The crown is kind of working fine now. That was what we did. I remember now. Okay, it took me all stream to do a freaking crown. That's right. Yeah, Carlton, I will be giving away this. But for those who don't want to enter, or don't have the time to enter, you can buy these from Digilant. They cost around about 200. I think with import costs, you're probably looking around 250 pounds. But it's an FPGA that will allow you to install the Mega 65 core on it. And with a USB keyboard and a VGA cable, you can basically develop for a kind of as close as you'll get to the Mega 65 without actually owning one of the dev kits. So um, there's some small limitations on it, like it's only I think the color's 4-bit or something, so some of the gradient shifts are harder to see on it, but it still runs the same code. It's just And you can still install the like the ZX Spectrum core and stuff on it that you get for the thing. So okay, right. So yeah, let's go. Let's have a look at the high scores then. So let's. Okay, so in order to do this, I'm going to knock the number of lives down because I don't want to have to be losing all these lives all the time. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I don't know why, but that sprite is linked to this player still. Okay, that's interesting. Make a note of that quickly. Dropped crown. Stays linked. Oh no, the bollocks level. Oh, one other thing we probably do at some point tonight is Zigzag gave me 13 levels. In fact, I think he's given me more. I did see some more. I just haven't downloaded them yet. Hang on. Yeah, I've got more. Let me just download those as well quickly. So we'll probably go through a couple of these, just to check them out, really. See what they're like. So that brings the total up to, so we've 15 there, and we've got 10 here or something like that. So that's 25 levels already. So okay, right, let's get the lives set up. Get some views on. I can't get Carlton saying I sound nervous out of my mind. I don't know why. I'm starting to think, am I maybe I sound ill or something. Maybe I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. I'm nervous about sounding nervous. Oh my god, nervous inception. Okay, let's open the player up here. Oh, I sound sober. Yeah, maybe. I sound confident. I feel really good tonight, actually. I don't know why. I do sound confident. I feel confident. I don't know if I sound confident. I'm not listening to myself, but yeah, let's get some drinks in me. So one thing I was thinking as well is one of the things that the Mega 65 needs is plenty of content, right? At launch. And I was thinking it would be good to maybe do a marathon stream and do Luna for it. The Mega 65 version of Luna could be kind of interesting. I'm not sure how well I'd be able to do it in one stream, but if I prepared the assets ahead of time, and maybe a couple of libraries could probably do that just about, I think. But it'd be kind of cool. Luna's a fun little game. Luna, not Luma. So I think Luna could benefit from like really nice parallax scrolling, good levels and stuff. But yeah, Luna Mega 65 could be a really cool thing to get running on it, and it would give us a game quickly as well. I could do that easily overnight, and with a few tweaks the next day or whatever. But yeah, I'll have a think about it. But it's a strong contender for another marathon stream soon. Luna 65, yeah, benefit from some Bulletstorm also. Yeah, so if I did do it, I would have to move my soft sprite engine over and try and get that set up beforehand. So there would be a little bit of code beforehand, but it would mostly be kind of reusing libraries that I've used in other things, because setting that up is a nightmare, and I wouldn't be able to do that as well as make the game in one stream. That would be kind of crazy. But okay, all right, so was looking at spawning the player with less lives. That's done. Let me see. Can I get it? Oh, I can sit here forever because I don't die. Okay, so now let me die. Okay, yeah, so we only have the X in the logo here. So this is what we want to fix. So let's take a look where that is. Where is that going to be? Game over. Okay, yeah, game over has its own high score table data. We're probably going to need IRQ as well. Hey, Amok, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Let's get the wine. Let's get the wine going. That's what I need. I need the wine. So a 5-year-old Rioja should, in theory, taste quite nice. Smells good. Yeah, that does. That tastes really good. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because that was quite cheap. That was only, I mean, cheap for what it is. I think it was like £9 or something from the supermarket. So a young Rioja has quite pronounced tanniny taste. It's quite heavy. It's quite hard to drink. I mean, reds are quite hard to drink anyway. That's why they kind of recommend you eat it with drinking with meats and stuff. But if you're a red wine drinker, you kind of get used to it and you drink it. But the tannins in a young Rioja are quite strong, and it makes it very hard to drink. But that you can tell they're starting to die down, and the taste is just really nice. Really, it's like blackberries or something. That's what I can taste. It's nice. It's good wine. I'm impressed. Cheers, Amok. Thank you very much for the bits. What should I drink? I'm going to drink some of the rum. Yeah, I'm impressed. Oh, I spelt Norte wrong. It's Norte, not Morte. Oh, I put Namorte. It's just just Norte. The rum makes me shake my head all the time. Okay, so we have a situation where we need to re-enable the sprites at the top of the screen. I don't know where they're being set up, but we need to figure out where they're being set up. So here's the game over. Let's find the intro title card. Is it maybe? Just got to figure out where these sprites are. Okay, so there's definitely some sprite stuff here. Sprite setup, yes. Okay, so we've got some sprite setup stuff here. Is bonus. If it is bonus, we skip the sprite setup. Transition index. Okay, so we should be coming into this automatically. So let me just put should I put a breakpoint in here? No, what I'm gonna do. Actually, let me load this up in the oops. Load this up in the debugger. Might make it a bit easier. Oh god. Here we go with not remembering how to use the freaking debugger now. This keyboard is really difficult to use the debugger on. That's the one thing I didn't really think about. Where's the freaking get out? Reload, load. I'll do. All right. Now how do I get my? Eh, eh. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Okay, so we can see the sprites up here in this mode, and we just have these sprites down the side as we expect, and a sprite at the bottom here. So what we should see when we go into the game, let me just make that bigger so you can see it. Okay, let's use this guy. It really doesn't matter which guy it uses, but oh, shit. How do I shoot? Oh, damn it. Do I have to go and set this every time? That's going to get really irritating really quickly. Well, shit, I can change all the layout things. That could be handy. Okay, it's not in there. Fuck. Oh my god. I can't press a button. I can't freaking press a button. But yeah, I need to. Oh my god, I need to figure that out. It's right control, but I don't have a freaking right. Oh wait, didn't I? No, I set this up. I set this up. I'm sure I set this up. I wasn't in the right mode on my keyboard. There we go. There we go. I remember reconfiguring it now. Okay, so I just need to get a couple of points. Let me just stop that from flickering. Basically, I need more than 100 points just to get in the high score table. Right, there we go. Right, now I can die. Oh, player 2 crown. Look at that. Shit. All right. Okay, we've got something else to fix. Fuck. Okay. Player 2 crown. I bet we're setting it as a... Oh, God. All right. Okay, so you can see actually there's no additional sprites on here. And in fact, only one of them is set correctly. The rest are kind of not set at all. So one of them is changing correctly, but there needs to be an initialization. I think that's the problem. So there needs to be initialization and an update routine. Okay, that's easy enough. So somewhere is an initialization for the intro. So let's just have a look. Here's our intro. Title screen update ready. Title screen initialize. Okay, there we go. So I'm guessing title screen initialize, whatever the hell that might be. I thought it might have been in here, but apparently not. Intro. Here we go. Has some. Yes. Okay. So we have some logo sprites. Okay. So jump to the subroutine itself. Logo sprite. So I probably need to call that and these things here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to this. So I'm just moving that code out and making it separate routine. So then what I can do is from the game over configuration stuff down here, game entry loop. game over. So when the game over start is called in here, do it before everything else. We can call title screen, was it? But it's got an underscore just to piss me off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think that should give us a little bit more. Yeah, well, it was right control. Yeah. The thing is my keyboard doesn't have a right control or a right alt. It has a menu and a shift and a function key. But of course, it would be the one app that has non-configurable keys around around that thing. So, why is that not loading? What have I got wrong? Oh shit! All right, the memory block sound overlaps. Oh, okay. We're running out of memory. I didn't even do anything, and we're running out of memory. Why are we running out of memory? What did I actually move? I didn't move anything. Or I didn't add anything. Okay, that's fine. Just means we need to move some of this stuff. I wonder how it's suddenly overflown. It wasn't overflowing a minute ago when all I did was move something in here. And add that in here. What? That doesn't make any sense. Have I added something? I feel like I've added something somewhere. Not in there. Okay, that's just that one line. Let me just check. Yeah, so that's fine. That's fine. Have I gotten a line? Maybe I've gotten a line somewhere that's screwing things up because I put that. I don't know because it's the same code, just moved. Okay, so it's not that either. Yeah, let me just try again just to make sure. Yeah, it's running out of space. Weird. Hey, Steps. Oh, another quiz and race in a second. nice try, Akmafin. Yeah, I'm not sure what to move here. I'm going to try and move something down to here, but I don't know what at the moment. I've moved. Okay, let me open the assets folder. Doing really well. I mean, we're 40 minutes in, and I've done pretty much bug so far. So, up to my usual standards. Okay, so here's the additional stuff. So we did move some stuff here. I remember doing that. I remember moving the intro text, which did free up a bit of room for stuff at the beginning. So, oh, Atari ST. He weren't far off. I like everybody knows it's a racing game, but they just guess, quick guess. Oh, what is that? Nice, well done. Steps got that. Road Blasters was a very popular game. To be fair, I didn't recognize it either, but it was a very well-known game. I'm going to just try moving the intro screen here. I think it's probably going to overlap with the music now. Yeah, way too much. Actually, the title screen is huge. The title screen is massive. Why is it so much? I might need to take a look at that. Sound overlaps music. No, I don't have a lot of space in that area actually. I'm confused as to why all of a sudden we're using more memory than before. Because I didn't do anything, and suddenly I seem to be using. Let's just have a look. I don't see anything strange. I mean, title screen did seem to be taking an awful lot of memory up. I don't know what that's about. Let me do a search for the word align. Align is always a good one. Did you drag and drop a? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's good. But I did an undo on everything and I couldn't see anything. Let me just check this first. Okay. So transition bars, HUD, soft sprites. Okay. Because it could just be something simple like these are suddenly shifted along a little bit. Which because if this was like a FF here, and then I add 2 bytes further back in the code, then all of a sudden this becomes a large number. And I'm not sure this align is needed anymore. That's one, and then there's another one here. Again, I couldn't see why this might need the align. It doesn't make any. In fact, that one really doesn't make any sense. So this is in transition bars. All right, let's have a look. Okay, that still seems to work. Let me just put that sound back because I really don't want to. I really don't want to kind of use too much if I can help it of that area up there. So it'd be good to get a memory map of what's going on down here before I start moving stuff up there. So no, see, it's still running out. Okay. Oh, but look, 7E02. So it's less. So just out of interest, if I get rid of where was it? It was game over, wasn't it? Game over start. So if I get rid of where's game over in here? Okay, game over is right down here, so I wouldn't expect that. Oh, also transition bars is not being used at all. So that one doesn't matter. In fact, we should probably get rid of this file completely. So wait, how is that even improved? That file's not being used. What? Do you know what? This is where source tree is going to help. Hang on a minute. Completely forgot what I'm looking at now. All right, that one. Yeah. So let's have a look what I've changed. So didn't change any. I just moved sound around in there. Game over just added that function in. Got rid of that align. That file doesn't matter anymore. Added sprite in it into there. Which is that bit. Okay. Wait, did I not commit last time? Fuck's sake. Well, this is not very helpful, is it? I didn't commit last time. Some of it seems like it's not commit. Anyway, this is all. I think this is what we were doing last time, wasn't it? Messing with these. Okay, it looks. I think I'm just running out of memory, and I'm just really unlucky to have hit something when I've moved something forward slightly. So if I get rid of this here, not that, sorry, this, and then move this code to here, comment that out. Comment that out. Right, this is how it was before. It does compile. Oh, but we were literally 1 byte off. We were 1 byte off the limit. Okay, so I do need to move some stuff. So let's just have a look what I can move easily. Looking for small things. Okay, map load is pretty small, so I'm going to move that, and that kind of makes sense because that means it lives up with the map data. Not that it really matters, but let's put it there, and then the text can be on the end. There we go. Yeah, it'll take over a year to do it on stream. Yeah, I think this is one of the reasons why moving forward, once the other games are done, I'm going to dedicate my time to a single game on stream. So it'll be the same game 3 nights a week, basically. So what I might actually do is, when I'm done with this game, is start doing Checkanoid on Saturdays as well. To get that, just to keep it fresh in my mind and get on with that. And then when that's done, start doing Mega 65 Thursdays and Saturdays. On the Game Boy game, when that's done, I will use that Tuesday to do Mega 65 until I'm done with Checkanoid. Okay, sorry, I was just reading a reply on something there. Okay, all right. So I'm just staring into space. That's not good, is it? It's not good. Dead air like that. All right, so I've moved some stuff up there now. That should free up a bit of room. So instead of 1 byte, we should have about 300 or 400 bytes free. Yeah, there we go. So we've got about 500 bytes now, actually, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I can go back and do this again now. So literally just putting that RTS and this in was enough to send it over, which is why it was breaking. Oh, I typed it 7 when I should not have typed it 7. Run it from the right place. We'll get somewhere in a minute. It's because I'm too excited to see you guys. That's why. Just lost all comprehension of what the hell I'm doing because I'm just so excited. All right, here we go. So hopefully now we should at least get some of the sprites up here, which we do. Okay, so the problem now is we don't have the K being put back up here, and that's because the K is being used to do some of these things here, and also there's no animation here. So the K is put back up there by the IRQ at some point. So somewhere in this transition stuff, is it the IRQ? Yeah, I think it's this main IRQ. Is it this one? Oh no, sorry, title card. Title card. Not IRQ. Title card has its own IRQs. You should be pushed off the high score. Yes, I've already made a note that there's something wrong with the high score, so I'll come back to that at some point. Yeah, but yeah, I do know that. I don't know what it is. I need to figure that out. I think it's something to do with player 2 because it never seems to happen with player 1. Player 1 seemed. Oh no, that was player 2. That was player 1, wasn't it? Okay. In that case, I have no idea what it is. We shall just try and figure it out. Hey, Doxter. Welcome. How you doing? Well. Let me get the right window, so I'm getting distracted by that window up there. So there we go. Okay. Well, what was I doing? What was I doing? Oh yeah, tile card. Okay. So somewhere in here, we're going to move one sprite between the top and the bottom. It's basically on the intro screen. Actually, I can do it in this kind of. Let's just load it up in the debugger. Hey, Gareth. So you'll see on this screen, the K flickers between this sprite down here, which covers the text, and the K at the top. So you can see here the K, and watch if I'm at the top, it's a K. If I come down here, it's that. So that sprite gets flicked between the top and bottom all the time. But what's probably happening is it's no longer being flicked. We're relying on that that thing to move it backwards and forwards so that that section will work properly, and that's not being triggered in the high score section, and neither is the animation update. But that's okay. I think we'll probably do the high score fix next because that'd be good to work out before I get too drunk. So let's get that. Oh, pardon me. Let's get that K working properly. So that's going to be somewhere in the bottom of our transition IRQs. So here's the thing that happens on each sprite line. You can see somewhere down here, I think it's this bottom one here. Yeah, this thing here. So this is our position and sprite, and this isn't being hit basically. Yeah, no, you've had some rum and now you're inexplicably sleepy. Oh, rum, it's a good idea. Make it because I'm so great I have to stay on there. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Okay, so we need to figure out is bonus being triggered? It's a good chance that it's that's being triggered here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a breakpoint in here so that I can load it up in the debugger and see where that breakpoint is. It's going to hit it almost immediately. There we go. But now I can go and have a look. I can turn it off, and then I can come back to here. I press F11 to start it, and then I can just start the game. Okay, so let's get some points. Okay, that should be enough. And I get myself killed. There we go. Right. And now press F10. Just actually, I don't even need to press F10 because it's just going to be in here. So you can see we do have this sprite down here. It has set that up, but we're not doing this flick between. So I'm going to go back to that breakpoint. I'm going to turn the breakpoints on. Okay, so we're hitting that breakpoint. We're definitely hitting it here. Um, and the accumulator says 0. So that looks like, hang on, can I get into here? Okay, so it should be skipping through to the next line. So if I do F10, yeah, so it is going through here, and so this is setting the one at the bottom. We need the one at the top, so we need to scroll back up and find this one here, which I think this is the section that's being skipped. So let's go and just look up through the code here to find that section, which is this bit here, I believe. So I'm going to put the breakpoint here and see what happens if I just turn the other breakpoint off, press F11. Okay, so now we've got to here. And we'll just advance through this a little bit then now. So let me just put that in the same place. Okay, so is a transition. So this has the transition fully come out. It has at this point, as the X register is on 46. So we should advance to the next line, which we do. So now we're here. Then load X with in bonus. In bonus is 0. So we should continue to the next line, which we do. But it doesn't seem to be doing this for some reason. So this is the interesting bit. This is where I would expect that to be put back up at the top, and it's not being put back up at the top. Just check those values. Oh, I'm not seeing a. Okay, I'm not seeing the position. So it's D004 and D005. They're not being affected there. So let's see if I can see where that might actually be set. Ah, okay. Okay, so I think what's happening here is this is correct. Everything is correct, but because we don't have the update function, the update function sets the positions as they move around. So without that update function, that position is not being set. So I think what we'll see is that the K is actually set to a K at the right time, but it's just never positioned correctly. So let me just turn the let's go back to here again. Yeah, you can see it's a K down there. Let's turn the breakpoints off. Start the game. So you can see it's a K when my sprite, my raster is over here. You can see the K down in this bottom corner here. But as I get down to the bottom, it turns into this thing here. And then at the right point, it turns into K. So it is turning into the right thing, but its color and its position is set by the update function from in here, which isn't being called because we're in game over. So is there an update in here? There should be. There is. Okay. So now from in here, we need to call title screen dot and then some kind of sprite update. So we need to find the update in here. Update logo sprites. And there we go. Update page, update logo sprites. Now, update page, does that have? Well, let's just try it. I think that might work now. I like this tune. It's very cool. Very cool indeed. I like it. Okay, let me just turn the breakpoint off there. Who is this? Ah, okay. Yeah, he's very good. Explains that. Okay, let's give that a try. Oh, did I get? Yeah, I got points just about then. Good. Sweet. Okay. Okay, let's look at the score moving down the table thing, because that's this tune is a single speed tune without using samples. Seriously, this doesn't use samples? It sounds like it does. Wow. That's impressive then, because he's managed to create instruments that sound like samples. That's insane. I mean, there must be a tool for doing that, I guess, as well. Because he's using 3 channels there, I think, isn't he, to do that? So, yeah. Oh, it went all quick at the end then. Hey, Crits Cat, what's this going to be? This is going to be a single screen platformer game, kind of arcade platformer. When it's done, called Pick and Mix. Okay, let's see what that's. Uh, yeah, okay. So there is an issue with the high score being pushed around. So let's take a look at this then. This is going to be fun. This is going to be lots of fun. Get some wine in me. Cheers, guys. You've always wanted to learn assembly, can never get into it. Yeah, you've come to the right place. You should join the Discord. If one of my lovely mods can put it in the chat, come and join the Discord. Ask questions. There's lots and lots of people who can help out there, and welcome. Well, enjoy the streams, enjoy the content, speak with people. You'll learn lots. You'll also learn that I hate Z18. That will become very apparent, especially if you watch on a Tuesday. Yeah, so the Discord's a very good community to kind of to start kind of getting an idea of kind of what you want to do, what your level is, to find out lots of information and to ask lots of questions as well. The community is really, really nice, really, really friendly community. So don't be afraid to ask questions in any of the channels. There's always somebody there willing to help, and there's lots of people that can help you with graphics and music as well if you don't feel capable enough to do those, as many developers don't, me myself included. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to make an effort to learn C64 ASM properly. I've spent money on this on Ultimate C64 and accessories. Oh, very nice. Yeah, the Ultimate's really good. I mean, it's kind of my primary C64 at the moment, until the Mega 65 compatibility is better. I mean, it's still good though. We talked about this as well today, so I'm not going to go over that. If you want to see a discussion on C64 compatibility in a Mega 65, check out the Mega 65 channel on the Discord. It's good, but it's just not quite there. Okay, so high scores. So what's the problem we've got? Is we scored. Here's our high score table. We scored a score which put us above this one here, so it basically put us into this position here. But what happened is it just overwrote this and didn't send the scores down the table. So that's what we need to look at, why that's happening. So this is just name data, isn't it? Okay. I don't know why it's. Oh, these are blanks on the end, aren't they? Okay. So there's a calculation. This is entering the high score. Verified chart. Yeah, not. It's none of this. It's check high score. This is the function we need to figure out. So what do we need to do? For every player, we need to look at the current list of high scores, and we need to go through. And if it's higher than the current high score, the high score we're checking, we need to shift everything down and put that high score in place. So that's what this is doing. Okay, so check more has high score. We have high score. Okay. So say we have high. So let's assume that this code is correct, right? For now, let's take a look at what actually happens if we have a high score, because it seems to be putting us in the right place, but it doesn't seem to be shifting everything down. Okay, so let's just make this a little bit bigger here. Will they improve the emulator? Oh yes, you've got to bear in mind as well that the emulator really has only been maybe one guy and developing it, and he's been doing it. He actually started it as a C65 emulator, and then what happened is as the Mega 65 started becoming known, he's kind of added support for that. But he's basically been doing it on his own. It's pretty much only him. I think there's one other guy who added some support to it. But it's a difficult job, because what he's got to basically do is he's got to basically emulate a system that doesn't technically exist yet. The system is there are dev kits out there. There is a core you can download, but they are things are forever shifting. So stuff that I'm doing in the assembly, most of it won't work on the emulator, and the reason being is because firstly I'm doing stuff that requires things to change multiple times on a line or something like that. There is no cycle exact emulation at the moment whatsoever, and I don't expect there to be anytime soon. But there's enough there that you can do some basic stuff. Well, actually, some quite advanced stuff as well. But you're not going to get like the very latest things. So, for instance, maybe once or twice a week, there's two develop myself and another developer who are constantly back and forthing with Paul about features that we either think are broken, they have bugs or whatever, that we'd like to see. Hey, Chromus. Or that we'd like to improve, or things we think are missing. And Paul will fix, implement. We'll discuss those things, and those things may get added. They may not get added. They may get fixed. They may get moved to somewhere else, or enhanced, or reduced in functionality. So things are changing a lot at the moment. And so what you see of the dev kit 3 months ago is not the same as what it is now. It's changed. And I've said this before. The code that I've got now wouldn't run properly on the machine. Well, it would run, but it would look wrong. There'd be bugs with it, and it's because we're trying to push the system to do things that it hasn't been doing before. The concept is there for it, and the kind of architecture is there to do it, but there may be bugs in it. So we're trying to find these now and get those resolved. But what it means is that the emulator struggles to keep up with that, because it means every time a change is made, the emulator needs to catch up, and there's more important things to get right in the emulator than small changes to registers here and there. So I think the aim is to get kind of the emulator more and more accurate over time. And then it will be down to like the individual registers and very specific changes that have happened. Unfortunately, the way I don't know if anybody knows VHDL, but the way it's written, it's not like you can just emulate that. It's not like you can take that and run it in an emulator and it just run. It doesn't work quite like that. VHDL is more of a hardware description, if you like, than it is a programming language. even though it is a programming language, but it's more of a hardware description than it is anything else. In fact, I think it's called hardware description language, virtual hardware description language, or something like that. Um, so it's not easy to just take that and make an emulator from it. So it is going to be a while before we see like proper accurate emulation, but it will be getting Verilog. But it's still hardware description language, isn't it? I think that's what it stands for. The other three. So instead of kind of you're describing states of various kind of FPGA elements. So yeah, there are different FPGA languages as well. So yeah. But VHDL is what the Mega is written in. Um, so yeah, it gives you an idea why these things take some time. And the emulation is it's definitely coming along. Unfortunately, for what I want to do, I can't really use it. Um, but I think what's one of the things that will happen, and this is another reason I want to do Lunar as well, is once we have something once we have a few things that we can give to the emulator developers, um, they can then use that to kind of figure out like the important things that need doing. Because that's it. The thing is prioritizing things. As long as you have the majority of stuff, then um, of the common stuff, then yeah, it should be fine. Yes, I've seen the TRSC stuff. That's really cool as well. And this is the thing as well. I think we need to kind of as a community really start kind of showing that sort of stuff off to people. So um because it shows that already you can do stuff. There's a lot of good stuff on there as well. Already you can do some pretty interesting stuff. Um I should really contact Luat and get him to give me the PRGs, and then I can run them on the real machine. So um yeah. Anyway, I think it's something we definitely need to improve the emulator. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but hopefully the more people use the stuff, then um, the more people that use the emulator and produce stuff, then the quicker this is going to go. This is also why I was saying today I'm kind of annoyed with the fact that maybe only a quarter of the dev units have actually gone to people who are actually developing stuff with it. And unfortunately, there's a large number of those dev kit units which are just sat on shelves doing nothing, just because people wanted to buy them, and it's a little bit unfortunate that there was that kind of well, it's kind of promising that there was a rush for it from people who aren't interested in developing for it, in one sense, but on the other sense, it kind of slows things down a little bit when you've got, a majority of the dev kits out there not actually being used as dev kits. So it's a bit of a shame, really. Which is another reason why I want to do these competitions, get more and more of these out. The more of these I can get out, the better. So uh, next is compose. Yeah, I'm going to try and make them a monthly thing. I might have to buy a few in bulk because they are costly to ship over. Or what I might do, I don't know. I need to figure out how to do it because some of you are in America, and it would be a shame to ship them here and then ship them back to America again. Anyway, right. Let's carry on with this. So what I need to do is I got a message there as well. I need to check that in a minute. Something here is going to shift things. Shift high scores down. Here we go. Oh god, we made the high score really freaking complicated, didn't we? Okay, well let's put a breakpoint here and let's see if this hits because I have a feeling this is not being hit. So that would be the best place to start. This is another reason really, really need to do these codes. Yeah. I mean me, whatever. It's the thing is, it's not that bad. It's just that I did it fucking ages ago. This is always going to be the problem for me. Uh, yeah, Steps is being a good boy now. It's my son who seems to be the gamble addict now. If you're not getting if you're not getting AMK points, I'm not taking it. Yes, I did think about starting them today, but I didn't end up doing it. Uh, the additional table. I didn't want to rush it. I wanted to get it right. So okay, I'm just gonna wait here until one of them reappears and kills me. So hopefully we should hit a breakpoint here because we want the scores to be shifted down. If we don't hit the breakpoint, then we know that's the problem. Okay, so we're hitting the breakpoint, so we would expect the scores to be shifted down at this point. So if I go, but they're not. See, this Andy is still on the bottom here, and it shouldn't be. There should be a 200 one here. So I don't think this is working. This is not shifting down properly. So let's have a look. What are we doing? So we've got high score. We take the one from above and move it onto the one below and work our way backwards until we reach this. Let's try. Let's try. Maybe it's just the last spot. Let's try that. Shane, did you add a Tidy 600 to this? I haven't added anything yet. I need to go through the screenshot list and add some in. So I haven't done anything yet. I've been busy this week changing gears with the Meg 65 stuff. My my focus has shifted and it's taken all my time to kind of do that. Ah, that worked. See, that worked. Okay, so it was just so the problem is this the way this is working is this shifts by going through the data as a block basically, rather than individual kind of elements. It's just like a grid of data. Um, and to move stuff up and down, it's just kind of taking 2 points here, copying from one to the one below, and just kind of going through like that. So it shifts things down. But we were starting in the wrong place, so that seems to be fine now. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try some. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try some two-player stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break now because I do need to check a message that I just got. I'll go to the toilet, and then I will come back, get more drunk, and can't carry on. It's really good if that has fixed because that may have fixed the two-player stuff as well. Because there were some other issues as well. So we'll go through a few scenarios of getting some high scores and see if we can break it. I have a feeling that might be it though. There's also this here, this 38 here. So if we do have more problems, I may change that one as well. But I think it's probably all right. Take care, Digital Stefan. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. I shall leave you with the quiz, and I'll be right back. Be right back. And I'm back. You got some quizzes then. Oh, Turrican win. Nice. Any big winners in there? Oh, Zerful. Zerful. Did you get that in time? Because that's a massive win. Oh wow. You did get it in time. Excellent. Wow. Yeah, he won millions, I think. He bet 110,000 on Turrican. Uh, wow. Nice, nice, nice. What was the second quiz? I saw the first one. I didn't see the second one. What was the second quiz? Oh, Sim City. Oh, Dominator. Oh, there was. Oh, I must have missed two then. Which platform was that on? Let's get some more. Let's get some rum going. C64. Okay. Oh, so we're going to try a couple of runs with various high scores. Two players. Uh, see if we can't break it. Just realised it's pink back there. I don't know why it's pink. It's all right though, actually. Also, I'd noticed the music had broken when I came back. At least it was silent anyway. What's broken? Oh, the gamble is broken. As Streamlabs, I'm sure it'll be back up soon. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right, let's give this a try then. So hopefully I can just play two players quite easily. Yeah, okay, both buttons work. Excellent. All right. So let's just get some points with them both. So there's some points for that guy, and then we'll get slightly more points for this guy. Uh, I kind of don't want to go on to the next level, but it's probably going to be quicker, isn't it? Yeah, I want this guy to get more points. Okay, so now bear in mind we had a high score in the middle before, so there's a 200 at the bottom. So player two should be at the bottom, and then player. Oh, actually, no, we might move up slightly. So I know. Okay, yeah. So player two is going to be at the bottom. Player one is going to be much further up. So let's just get ourselves killed. Okay. Okay, and then let's have a look. All right. Okay, so we've got a bit of a sprite bug going on here. But these scores look all right. Let me just check them against the score list. So we got a score before, which was must have been 450, I think, before, which would have gone into this position here, which would have put. Okay, yeah, so that seems correct there, I think. Yeah, that seems correct. So hopefully player one is this one here. Yep. And this is player two. Okay. Okay, cool. Do need to fix this sprite here though. So this sprite should be over here, or ideally not visible at all. That would probably be the best thing, but it at the very least it should be over here. So we'll see if we can repeat that. If that's repeatable, then we'll fix that quickly. But basically, that's going to be in this section here where we were before. So not title cards, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Title card, actually. Yeah. So this bit down here. Oh, yeah. It's just this is not set in D010. That's all. Okay, so let's do that then. So all of 4. So we need to keep an eye on the K at the top and the thing at the bottom to make sure that they're in the right places. Because the K at the top, I think, is probably going to be all right, but the one at the bottom probably not. So okay, let's go again. Let's set the scores to be something 100 and 200. Okay, I'm going to set this to be trying to think how to do this now. So what do we need to test? We've tested that 2 players can get a score and both end up at the bottom. So now ideally I need somebody to be part way up the scoreboard as well. So something like that. Okay. Both scoring and one being bumped off. That's a good point as well. Yes. So if I get both of them, okay, yeah, let's go with that one. So let's do that. Okay, so our high scores are 1,100 at the bottom. So if I get if both of them hit a right, okay. If I hit the target with one, absorb it with the other, one should have more points than the other one, but they should both be over 100. SID audio is overriding my narration. Oh, it's not going down when I talk. Hang on. I should have a filter on to do this already, and I probably turned it off for some reason. Oh no, it should be on. Hello, hello. Oh, too much there. Okay. Try that. There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. What if both gets the same score? We'll do that one as well in a minute. Oh yeah, who gets priority if they both get the same score? Interested. And what if they both get the same score as something already in the okay, right. Well, let's try this. We're going through the edge cases here. So what I'm going to try and do now is get 2 scores between 100 and 1,000. Which means I'm going to start by taking this guy down and just shooting that guy. So he's got 100. This guy's got 350. Okay. 200. Right, there we go. They're both. Oh, I need to sort that crown out as well. That's going to be the next thing to do. Okay. So we had 200 and 350 there. That worked correctly. Who gets the score first wins if possible to record that. Yeah, that would be tricky to record. Score change time. Yeah, that would be. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea actually, Kromos. So if you get score added, then a point gets. So the only time that would break down is in the bonus screen. So if you both got to the bonus screen and the bonus was counting up adding score, and then you went on to the next screen and you both immediately died, that would fail. But we can move it away from the add score routine to just before the routine that adds the score, so we can put it into specific places. Can you put a player 1, player 2 either side of the numbering? Yeah, it would work, Chromus. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think I'm going to probably implement that in a minute. And you put a P1, P2 either left of the numbering or right of the names. Oh, so you know who's got the high score. It's a good point. Or a red or a cyan arrow, maybe. I'll add that on the list of things to do. I'm not going to do it right now because it's not hugely important. But it's a good point. It's a very good point. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We're making this in assembly language for the C64. Oh. For some reason, the alcohol's not going down very well now. For some reason, I think it's the rum. I think I've had too much rum. Let's get some more wine in me. Okay. So let's now try and get more than 1,000 on one player, but more than 100 on the other. Okay, this is good enough, probably. Oh crap! Oh god! All right, let's get through the door first with this guy. Okay, so now we've definitely got a guy that's scoring more. Okay, that's way more than I wanted, but never mind. Maybe whoever has the crown in the end. I love this song. It's great. So player 1 should be quite high up. Player 2 should be high up as well, but we should see the other scores slid down properly. So last to get point is absolutely the easiest way, because all you have to do is have a flag, and then basically that is either 1, 2, or 0. Oh well, it could just be 0 or 1. It doesn't really matter. It just points to whichever player got the last point, and then whenever you add a score to a player, you set that flag as well. It's that simple. Then if two players have the same score, all you do is you check. You say who actually had the that point first, the last to get that point, and then it's the other player that gets it. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's simple but really effective. Really good idea. Okay, so this is in the right place now, but it's the wrong color. So we kind of half fixed that bug, so we know what that bug is. We just need to set the color of this and possibly the properties of it. As for the high scores, this looks correct so far, but I'm going to do another test restarting the game with this other fix down here. Did I have a bug on that? High score headers colors. Oh, did I flip the colors around? Because I was going to do that on the high score headers as well, which I think is on the main page. I will check that in a second. Player 2 crown, enemy clipping, crown on switch. Oh, the crown stays still when you walk over a switch. I think I need to. Let me just make a note of that position. Okay. High score bug investigates what we're looking at. During high score, no game logo. We fixed that. Bonus crown position. Okay, cool. So down here we set this bit here. It would also make sense to set that the color of that, I guess. So it'd be 07. Store that at D029, and then also we need to load D01A. Is it A? No, whatever the multicolor switch is. D01C. Okay, so we need to load D01C, and we need to turn that off. So it needs to be and F F B. Is that right? C8483. Yeah, B. Okay. Cool. There we go. So we're going to try again now. This is looking promising, though, for the high scores. I'm pleased with it so far. So again, we're going to look out for this. We're going to do 2 players, and this time we're going to try and get... let's try and get player 1 the bottom slot, and then push player 1 off the bottom, while being significantly above that person. So... this one is with the flag. You may want to put to 1 when there is a tie. There is no visual reason to explain why somebody won. It's honestly such an edge case. It's probably not even worth explaining. These are the sort of things that were just done in the code, and never really explained. It's going to happen so infrequently, that you both happen to have exactly the same score when you die, because there's so many opportunities to gain bonuses and points and things. It's so unlikely to happen. You may as well just not explain it. It's just one of those things. Yeah. We are fixated to this small detail in social do. Who is compiler? I am compiler. It's an assembler. It's kick assembler for Commodore 64. I'm using the kick assembler plugin for Sublime Text. Why do I recognize this song? Light Force in E. I don't know what that is, but I definitely recognize it. What is Light Force? Why don't I reckon? I don't. Oh, that'll be why then. I was thinking of some like actual kind of real world music rather than SID music. So even though SID is real world music. Okay, so I've completely forgot what I was doing. Oh, we were going to test again. Okay, so what I want to try and do is I want to try and get a score where player 1 gets down here. So player 1 goes into the scoreboard first. So player 1 ends up down here, and then we'll do the same with the other way around. So going to get player 1 in here, so we knock this one off, so he's on the bottom slot. But then player 2 is going to go way above up here. So that's the aim of this one. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to call you Efeb because I can't say that entire name because I don't know how to say that whole thing. So I'm going to call you Efeb. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy the content. Okay, so I've got player 1 needs to be at the bottom. So there we go. Right, player 1 is now at the bottom. So now what I need to do is get some points with this guy, so that he's above the other guy, which means I do need to finish this level. Ideally, that guy needs to have the crown. I definitely need to fix that crown. Need to do that in a minute. Actually, that's really frustrating. Okay, so hopefully now player 1 shouldn't get any more points, but player 2 should get quite a few extra points. Okay, that's fine that he's gone up that. So player 2 should be what will he be? He'll be trying to work out where he'd be because player 1 has 200. So player 1 having 200 would put him bottom of the table. So player 1 should get shifted off. Player 2 should be just under the 50,000. That's what we're expecting to see here. So let's get killed. That looks spot on. That's good. Okay, and this should be player 2, which it is. Okay, so now let's do it the other way around. So let's now get the high score with player 1. I'll try the other way around. Hey, Cosmin, welcome. Ah, cool. From Turkey. Is it feasible to clock the score? You mean to go all the way around? It would be kind of unlikely, I think. I think it would be unlikely. Because there aren't any infinite point opportunities. There's a limited amount of points you can get on each level. And while that amount is quite high, it's not going to be high enough to take you beyond 99 million, I don't think. I would have to double check that properly, but oh crap, okay, but I think that's the case. Yeah, it goes right up to 99 million. Yeah, I think it's unlikely that it's gonna be exceeded in any hurry, but we will be able to tell as we go through the game. Okay, so this time I need player 1 to get all the points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get a couple of points like this. Get some points with player 2. So player 2 is now on the bottom of the scoreboard. Okay, player 1 needs to get the rest of the things here, and player 1 needs to go through the door first. Yeah, that's the problem. Look, when the player goes down on the switch, the crown doesn't go down with him. So I have made a note of that. Oh shit! I don't know who went through the door first. I think player 2 went through the door first. Then. Okay, well we can check. We can check this. So what should we see here? We should see 2,000 at the bottom, then just above that player 2, and then just above that player 3. It's not the test I wanted, but yeah, player blue did go through first, which was kind of annoying. That's not what I wanted. Okay, but that's correct. Yeah, okay, so that works as well. So just getting two scores in the table works. Okay, try again. I think the high scores is working now. I don't want to spend too much time testing this, but I will test this other version. So, what I want to do, player 1 to get the score, but I just need a little bit of score from player, a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's enough. All right, now you sit there. Meanwhile, you run around and get some points, please. Oh, wrong button. That button. There we go. Okay, it's fine that that player died as long as I get this one. Shit. Actually, this is a good test that the score removes between. You can always release it, download it. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It is true. I don't want to have to though. I feel that's kind of against the spirit of the C64. You didn't get that back in the day back in the day. Yeah, this is worked. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mark the high score bug as finished. I think it was just a I think the logic behind my scores was sound. It was just that I didn't do the shifting down so much. So okay, I'm gonna do very quickly. I'm gonna do the crown switch thing because that's kind of annoying. Um, and then the crown, um, the player two crown position. And then I'm gonna make a note to do the uh, player one, player two equals score fix equal high score. To be honest, I'm not even sure if it really matters with that either. To be honest, um, well, actually, let's do that. Let's do a quick test. Let's do that one first, because it's such an edge case. I don't even think we need to deal with it. I mean, we're just adding extra bytes for no reason, for such a crazy edge case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to absorb one character each with these guys, and then die. So start with this guy here. Okay, cool. Right, so hopefully that's the same amount each. So they both got the same score. Oh, unfortunately, there's only one of them going to get in the high score table. But oh, actually, that's a good point. Only one of them gets in the high score table, and it's player one. Because what do you do in that case? You definitely need it to be kind of fair. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna leave that for now. It's a nice thing to add in, but it doesn't seem broken, and it is an edge case. So player two is for the little brother anyway. He has no rights. Thank you, Github. Yeah, I'm pleased with it as well. Considering we've only really done this on a Saturday, I've done almost no code outside of Saturday. It has taken a long time though. But if you stretch that out into how many actual hours have been put into it, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. But it is an edge case. Yeah, it is an edge case. I'm gonna leave it as such for now. Once I've got everything else in, and we're in the polishing stages, which is kind of what we're in now. We're kind of in the half in the polishing stages. Um, then that's what maybe we'll add it in. I don't want to add too much in now until I can be sure we've got the space to do this, because we are running really low on space. Okay. What's next? Okay, crown. Let's sort this crown out. So first of all, when you stand on the switch, you go down, but the crown doesn't go down. So let's deal with all things crown related at the moment. So player on a switch. Okay. Okay, let's have a look for the word switch in here. Will a switch active? Ah, look, here we go. No. Okay, look. Here's where we're actually adding current player, add two to. Okay, cool. No switch adjust. Okay, so we can just do this, and then in the let's move that over here, because I want to keep that visible. And have a look at the crown code. There's this draw crown here. So here's where the crown is attached to the player, and this is the position that it's attached to. Oh dear. And here is where the crown is applied. And here is where the screen shake is added to it as well. So here is probably a good place. As if we don't have the crown. Okay, so I'm going to do another check. So I'm going to do the same check again. But this time, if no player has the crown, then we're going to jump to here. Otherwise, if a player does have a crown, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer that to Y and decrease Y. Now that's going to give us the player in the Y register. Now we're doing some checks to see if we need to adjust anything here, which we don't. But if we do, we just do this, which is take sprite 5. Sprite 5, that needs to be player there as well. So we check, does the player have the crown? If it doesn't, then we jump to here. If player does have a crown, then we player has crown. We decrease that by 1, so it's 0 and 1 and not 1 or 2, and put that in the Y register. That gives us an offset to do the next steps here. Then we check, is the switch actually being pressed? If it's not being pressed, we also skip this. However, if the switch is being pressed, then we need to come down here and we need to add 2 to this player here. Now, is it just 2, or is there another check here to see if the switch has been fully pressed as well? Let's check that out. Let's see what effect that's had. We can do this with 1 player. It should be fine. Shannon, you missed the quiz where I guessed Commando in 1 sec. Seriously? You just did that now? See, I should have put the high score timer in as well. How many points did you get for it? I guess it was C64 again. 13 chaos. So that is fast. Yeah, that is quick. Okay, player has a crown. Okay, no, that's in here, so we don't need that. Okay, so wow, that's 2 tonight, Agni. You're on form. You're in 4th place. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be right because the players don't actually move down when they move over the switch like that. Only when it fully moves down. So I think it is probably fine. So I think it's going to be when I move this switch. So let's just check now. Perfect. Cool. Right, that fixes that issue. So the other issue was with 2 players. When player 2 gets the crown, it's offset really weirdly. Now I want to see if there are 2 players or if it happens in 1 player as well. Yeah, see, it's offset weirdly. Now this could be because the crown is actually starting by awarding to somebody. So up here, crown available, yes. Let's just try switching this over to the other side, because at the moment it's defaulting to player 1. I want to see what happens if I force it onto player's crown 0. Okay, crown available there. Okay, it's going to be that anyway, isn't it? So I just need to figure out where. I'm obviously forcing this somewhere. I just want to figure out where I'm forcing it. There we go. Oh, that's the award crown. Just was it to play 1 or 2? Okay, that's correct. That's obviously that would be the right place for that. I don't see anywhere where it's being directly award. Oh no, that's. Is it just the position? It just happens to be in the right place. I think that's probably what it is, isn't it? Okay, let's take a close look at what's going on. Something a little bit weird going on. Let's see if we can figure out why it's behaving strangely for player 2 but not for player 1. Oh, so you said Cisco, Andy. I don't know if you did it deliberately to make me talk about DS9, but I just want to clarify something I said last week. So last week I was concerned as to whether O'Brien's wife, Keiko, was just a horrible person, just like a really naggy wife, um, or whether she was a nice person. I couldn't work it out. And what I worked out is she's neither really. She's just a normal person. The problem is fair enough. The problem is O'Brien is just really, really, really unlucky. So if O'Brien's around, he's gonna get moaned at. She's nice to everybody, but he's gonna get moaned at, and it's because he's just really unlucky. Everything he ever does, he's always the one that ends up in trouble, or it's really he's the butt of all the jokes, really. I think. Yeah, he's the chief engineer. Yeah, Chief O'Brien. Um, but yeah, on DS9, he's always the one. Yeah, I go through DS9 there. He's always the one that ends up in trouble. He's the one that I mean, I mean, there's so many stories around him. So Eddington, I vaguely remember that guy. All right, let's. I wanted to test this on player 2, not player 1. What is this tune? If you've never watched an episode of Star Trek, you should do. There's some good ones out there. Okay, it's to do with the offset because if you look, when I drop it, it drops in the right place, right? It's dropping on the floor in front of me, but when I pick it up, it's placed according to some weird offset. Now we've already set the offsets up here, right? So it should be using these offsets here, but for some reason it's not doing. So either it's picking the wrong sprite to attach it to, or the wrong offset. Now I don't think it's the. I don't think it's the. I think this offset is. Oh no, because actually you would expect. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure here actually. What's going on? Kira. Yeah. You always thought they had an excellent relationship. Yeah, they do, but I think he's quite often he's in trouble with her for something or other. I mean, even in the first season or two, there's a few episodes which are just basically about their relationship problems. Um, and I realize it's not because she's horrible or anything, or because he's horrible or whatever. It's literally just um, it's just because he's really unlucky. If something bad is going to happen, there's a 50-50 chance it's going to happen to O'Brien. Uh, Odo. Imagine calling your kid Odo. Oh no, I agree. I agree, guy. Definitely. It was just bothering me last week, but now I've watched more. I realise it's not. It's not that much of a. Not that much of an issue, really. Okay, so somewhere this offset is getting done wrong. Wait, what is this here? This is the. Okay, let's have a look. This tune's mad. They've actually got some samples in there. It's hard to tell, but it's yeah. Okay, so this is where it should be grabbing things from the table, which it seems to be doing. But then it should be get the player frame number. Ah, wait, no. Or is it? Wait. Is this not the player frame? This is the player frame number, right? Anyway, I'm enjoying DS9. It's every time I watch it, I think I'm on my like fourth watch through. But I kind of like it so far. Oh, okay, no, that's wrong because now the crown is. This is back where it was before, right? This is okay, but it's probably going to be right on it. Okay, that's player two. That's player one anyway. Maybe I've just got the wrong player number in here. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, see, it's still offset here, so it's not that. All right, let's put that here like that. The Gempadar, yeah, seem to be addicted to ketamine. Pretty sure that's what they're on. Yeah, catnip. Yeah. Uh, okay, this is the bit that gets the frame number, and there definitely seems to be like it knows that we're facing left and right. What I'm not understanding is what's going wrong when it kind of adds it to the player. So we've got the crown offset. Maybe it's this. Apply new crown offset values. No, see, it's still not set there. Where's the player? This is still not the player sprite. Okay. Where is the bit that bumps the player Y on a switch? That's in here. That's this bit here. Which is what I'm trying to figure out is to play a Y on a switch. It's just whenever if you stood on a switch, then whatever value it thinks you're at, it just adds two to it to make sure that you get shifted on a switch. That bit's working though. That's fine. It's the crown that's the problem at the moment. When player two has the crown, it doesn't display correctly at all. I don't know why, because it should still be using this same offset stuff up here. This doesn't change. So I'm just trying to figure out why player two might be different. So I'm trying to look for instances of which player has the crown. Okay. 0, 1, or 2. So if the player doesn't have the crown, it would be 0. If the player does have the crown, it would be 1. Okay. Crown pos table X, crown pos table Y. Which is something a little bit different. Okay. What's this crown pos table? Where's that coming from? Maybe that's wrong. Okay. This is just where the crown currently is. Okay. Shifting to the left, so it's doubling. Yes, which sets these. Okay, so it sets the initial position. So this value should be set according to. Let's have a look. Current pulse table X. Oh my god, it's a band-aid, or yeah, didn't I? Okay, but that seems weird that that's set once like that. Not Christmas tune in January. Come on. I'm using both index registers. I don't know. Let me just read. Let me read through this. Let's sec. Give me a second. Okay. Because the Y position seems fine. It's the X position that's broken. So it makes me believe that this is fine. This is probably fine. Get the frame number. I mean, okay. I mean, that's why I changed that, because I wouldn't expect that to be correct. But whatever. Oh, hang on. Yeah, all right. I think I know the problem. All right. So because we're doubling this value here, instead of being 1 or 2, it's 2 or 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it. Hey, Zappy. How's it going? Just finished a long afternoon shift. Wow, that is a long afternoon shift. It's wind down time, yeah. Man, that is a long shift. Oh, wrong button. Damn it. All right. Oh no, see, look, that player has it wrong now. And player 2 has it correct. What the actual F? Okay, I mean it's definitely something along these lines. Oh, hang on. I don't need that. That's why. Because we're doing from comma 5, which is not that's the crown, not the players. Players are 6 and 7. Have you seen how many entries we've got in the competition, Zappy? It's absolutely tons. It's like two months left, and there's still like 31. I think was the last count I saw. I'm scared because I've got to convert them all to work on tape. So, I mean, I should be able to script it. Hopefully, I don't think it'd be a big problem. But yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of impressive. It just goes to show as well that I was, because when we talked about the rules, we were kind of trying to figure out how to do rules that are interesting and stuff. And it just I was worried straight away when we did the rules that maybe the rules were a bit too strict, and yet it's absolutely inspired people. Loads of people have been doing it, so I'm really pleased, really pleased. There we go, perfect. That's it. Cool. So that's player crown done as well. I want to check it on this switch here, so I'm going to kill these guys as they come out here. So I just want to make sure the switch goes down on player 2. It does indeed. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, let's get that down. So player 2 crown, good. Crown on switch position, good. Dropped crown stays linked. Okay, yeah. So what I noticed before was if you drop the crown, which I can't do with the door open, so let me start again. Yeah, I was really surprised. I honestly thought that the rules were going to put people off because the initial kind of feedback was, oh, these are too complicated. This is confusing me. Um, but what it seems to have done, it seems to have, and I hate to say this for anybody who decided not to join the competition. This isn't. I'm not trying to be offensive here. I think it's kind of weeded out certain people from it, and it's made sure that those who enter are willing to learn. Um, there's plenty of people that haven't joined that I'm sure could do very well on it, and they've probably been put off by it. And I don't mean any offense when I say that. But the people who have entered it have been really kind of enthusiastic about it, which I really like. Okay, I'm going to flip this high score calorie count around now as well. So I mean, it sounds awful. It sounds awful to say it like that. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I mean the scum. No, I don't. Don't put words in my mouth. No, I do not mean the scum. Title screen. I don't even think it's fair to say that it's weeded out people. I think it's just if you enter the competition, you enter it because you're truly intrigued by the rules, and that seems to have been the case throughout. And it's kind of made it's kind of it's formed three groups actually. There's the basic group of games. So there's games that have gone in. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the high score list in here. Um, there's games that have gone in purely in basic, and that's kind of cool because basic is you've not got a lot of room to write a basic game. You've got what 2K to write a basic game. Another two rums and he'll call them skull. Then you've got the assembly guys who don't want to do too much messing around in low memory. And that's kind of cool because they've got a challenge in that they've also only got 2 kilobytes, maybe a little bit more with the screen as well, to do stuff in. But then you've got the third one, and this is the one I'm really impressed with. The third one is the group of people who have looked at the kind of guidelines that I've given, and just gone all out trying to squeeze as much as they can in. And some of the games are incredible, considering you've got less than 4K. At best, you've got less than 4K. Very, very good. Oh, don't even get me started on that. I'm trying not. No, no, I'm not going to say anything. Soft sprites are sprites. Soft sprites is a valid word for any kind of software sprite. Sorry, I had to say something. It's a commonly accepted term for all sorts of soft sprites. Quick talk about soldering. No, I'm fine. Right, so what I'm trying to look for now is the high score display routine, which I think is in here somewhere because I think we just call it from here. Display high score. Here we go. Color toggle. Okay, so oh, does it alternate? It can't alternate, surely. Okay, well I'm gonna set it to 04 here. Oh God's sake, what's going on with this? Why has it suddenly gone into oh God. My keyboard layout changed to British all of a sudden. Just getting used to using the American layout. which, by the way, is weird. Don't understand the American layout at all. It's weird. Yeah, fairies, not sprites. Well, I said that as well. I should have said that on the YouTube post actually. I think what pissed me off the most about it is the guy who replied to me said that he was basically calling anybody who calls them software sprites an idiot, right? And the thing is I never said they are definitely called software sprites. My exact words were they're commonly referred to as, because they are commonly referred to it. I didn't say they are. I said they're commonly referred to as software sprites, as a catch-all for all types of this thing on everywhere. So, uh, the American keyboard does have a U, or else how could they say things like, "You need a U for that"? It's just they don't. They only use it for that. It's exclusively for shouting "America," and yeah, United States would be. The only thing that puts me on the UK is the at on. Yeah, see, that's the main thing that I've struggled to get used to. Um, but I'm kind of getting there at the moment. Thanks for the resubs and oh, thanks for the host pro. I missed that. And no pound. I can live without a pound sign though. I rarely have to type that. On the UK, is it spelled out Z? No. It's. I don't think we're alone in calling it Z though. I think Canadians call it Z as well. I think it's pretty much only the US that calls it Z. Hmm. It's an interesting point that actually. Aussies call it Z as well. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a good point though. I have never used a euro symbol once in the history of using a keyboard, and now I live in England, so I have absolutely no no need at all to use the euro symbol. We may be using the minus symbol to describe our bank accounts and our economy soon, but that's about it. But I still call it ZBrush. That's the thing. I do still call it. Still do call it ZBrush. Weirdly, and I know I shouldn't. I know that they mean to be for it to be called ZBrush, but yeah. And the ZX Spectrum as well. Yeah, yeah, it's a good point actually. You need a void symbol for Scottish fishermen income this year. Oh, it does. Don't worry about the fish. They're happy to be British, according to Jacob Rees-Mogg. I mean, come on. Uh, ZX Spectrum. That's a good point. Does anybody call it ZX Spectrum? I would be very surprised. Although, wasn't it called something else in America anyway? Um, wasn't it like Timex or something like that over there? Yeah, Timex thought so. Okay, completely forgot. Oh yeah, I was setting the color of the high score table in the title screen as well. So I've got it on the game over list, which is what actually generates the high score. But we just need to, not in the title card, in the intro title screen. There we go. Thanks for the follow, Nebulous. Welcome to the stream. In France, it's ZX Spectrum. But do you say Z or do you say Z when you say it? I'm going to take another break in a minute. Let me just sort this high score table. There's going to be a high score initialization somewhere in here. Which is these bits here, isn't it? Okay, page 0. So page 0, page 1. So it's going to be one that says calorie counter down here somewhere. Okay, maybe not. So page 1. Come on, where are you? It's not in an. It's going to be here, isn't it? Credits, no. So it's not the credits one. High score. Here we go. There we go. So it's that bit there. So that should solve that issue, which is my high score header color. Not Zed. You say Z. Okay, Zed. I'm trying to remember my French alphabet lessons at school. I never remember getting to the end. So, to be fair, wow, who got that? That was quick. Andy, awesome, well done. And you got that it was plus as well. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Apparently, Z comes from French and Latin. Ah, okay. Yeah, you pronounce Z in French. Okay, I couldn't remember. I remember we used to do. It was the same in all our language lessons at school. We used to do. We used to have to recite the alphabet like once a week or something. We'd go through the alphabet and do it. Although it's always ZZ Top. That's true. That is true. ZZ Top is always ZZ Top. Oh, and speaking of rockers with long white beards, my favorite band's bass guitarist left this week, so I'm a bit upset about. So God knows what they're going to do now. I mean, they've said they're going to get a session bassist, but I'm not sure that's quite the same. He's quite an icon of the band, really. So for those who don't know, Nightwish, Finnish band, and the bass guitarist was Marco Hialta, and he left this week, which is really sad. After 20 years in the band, he's just had enough. Not with the band, I think just in general, he's feeling a bit run down and exhausted. So I don't blame him. He's been doing it for 20 years. He's in his 50s now, so I had a request to play Nightwish on my show this week from someone you told about Nightwish. Awesome. What tune did they request, Warlock? Let's see how good they are. Let's see how quickly they've got into it. If you can even remember. I'm sure it's not the easiest thing to remember. Okay, that header's working now. Actually, we're not looking bad at all. The only real outstanding bug here is the bonus crown position. Um, Turn Loose the Mermaids. Wow. Okay, that's a kind of obscure tune as well. Well, it's not that obscure. It's one of their first tunes, but it's not a very well known tune. So they've really gone through the catalog to pick that one out, which is kind of impressive. That's cool. That's cool. That means they've got into it. So what I'm looking for is the crown position, bonus crown position. That's all it says on my little sheet here. So let's have a look, and then I'm going to go for a quick break. So I'm using two players because I'm not sure how the crown would work on one player. But let's have a look. Okay, so the crown color is wrong, and the crown position is wrong. Okay, I see what it's saying now. Okay, cool. So the crown color is something we can fix pretty easily. So we'll do that in a second. Crown color, bonus crown. So this is what we'll look at next. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I should be back in. What am I thinking? 5 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. I'll be back in a few minutes. I was reading and getting distracted, easily distracted tonight. I shall be back in 4 or 5 minutes, and I shall leave you with a quiz. So I'll be right back, guys. Ooh, Jaguar, interesting. Yeah, the reason why the C64 one appears so often is because it has probably about a quarter of all the screenshots that I've got are C64 screenshots, and all that it's doing is it just shuffles the screenshots. So there's a 1 in 4 chance you'll get a C64 game. It's just coming in larger groups, I guess. Um, it might actually be more than 1 in 4. It might be like 1 in 3 or something like that. Do the math, football. I mean, there was only like 2 or 3 football games for it, so as I've said with this system, you just need to keep the page open, and you'll get it eventually. So, I mean, I mean, damn it, steps. And Mojo was just a bit too slow. Yeah, shame. God damn it! There's something about the combination of red wine and rum which makes you drunk really quick. Imagine I've nearly drank that bottle. So, okay, so a few more bugs we're going to fix. I'm going to spend about another hour and 20 minutes going through the bugs and stuff. If we get some time, uh, I will. So there's these crown bugs. There's an enemy clipping bug I'd like to solve. Oh, and the linked crown as well. So try and do them in the next hour and 20 minutes. We're going to do some Famicom for the last hour. Depending on how fun the Famicom is, I may extend it a little bit longer than an hour, so we may go past half two. Hopefully it just works. Do I need to do something? I don't know. I don't see. Oh, I need to turn it all on my thing. Should work anyway. And if we get time, if I do manage to fix these bugs before 1:30, we'll take a look at some of the levels that Zigzag did, because he has done 15 levels. So um, they've spent a lot of time doing this, so may as well look through that. I'm not going to show them all because I want to keep some of them a surprise, but we can go through a couple of them and take a look, just to get an idea of kind of what the difficulty levels are on them and so on, just to verify that some things are okay with them as well. I am going to have to go through and verify all the levels at some point, but we'll be looking for testers fairly soon. We need to bundle all the levels in. I spent an hour testing for screen color and didn't realize they needed to and 0F. Don't and F0 and 0F. Well, you can and F0. Then all your numbers will be F something or other. But and 0F will give you the. Well, actually, all your numbers would be F0 then. Well, yeah. 0F is what you need to do. Yeah, screen color RAM is a pain for that. You need to get used to doing that. Okay, let's start with the crown position. So we need to open bonus screen over here. I've started preferring to work in the right hand pane for some reason. I think it's because of my position on the desk. The margin, which is where your code starts, right, tends to be right in my eye line there, whereas the other one tends to be off to the side a bit. So Yeah, look at all those levels. I've got quite a few. Oh, that one's in twice for some reason. But yeah, 15 levels there I need to look at. Uh, oh, you thought see, that's the worst as well when you're learning for the first time and you're using things that you're not 100% confident in. You start to doubt those things. It happens all the time, all the time. I do it a lot in Z80. I do it a lot on the Mega 65, and that's still 6502 mostly. So, yeah, it just does happen. And you do start looking in the wrong places, and then you realize, oh man, it's so simple. Why didn't I know that? So, okay, let's see where this crown is positioned. So, I'm imagining there is some kind of crown position thing in here. Crown tween index. Oh shit! What is this? What was I thinking? Oh my god, what was I thinking? What the fuck is this? Ugh. Oh, this is the crown. Okay, so this is the crown. Sign I, and then 24. Yeah, I must have been drunk when I did. Well, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't that drunk because I don't like doing maths when I'm drunk. So, okay, I can see what it's doing though. So it's giving a part of a sine wave. So it's a very specific part of the sine wave, which means it goes up and then down a little bit, which is the crown falling off. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But my god, that's confusing. That is not pretty code to look at. But I must have been on the way to being drunk at that point. Because what it's doing is it's taking a sine wave, but it's using a very specific portion of the sine wave, which is why we're seeing. So, uh, oh, an I over 24 when it's 32 here. So it's going beyond. So it's going like a little bit beyond that point. Oh my god, it's horrible. I am not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that. You can tell by looking at the sign code. What do you mean? Like, oh, I can tell. Yeah, I mean, I can understand what it's doing, but it's not pretty to look at. It takes some figuring out. Um, so what is so this is basically if you imagine the sine wave like going. Oh, I can't even draw it in here, but if you imagine the sine wave, let's just open up Paint. Why not? Hey, there we go. Okay, so this is our sine wave. And this is our origin. And then if you look at these in degrees, these are 0, 180, 360, right? But in radians, which is what we tend to work in, it's pi and 2 pi. So what this is doing, this is saying this entire bracket here is saying give me a value that exists somewhere within this range here. And this range is pi minus pi divided by 4. So that is basically, here's pi. So pi minus pi divided by 4 is about here. So it's saying give it me in this range, but then we're adding pi divided by 4. So actually it's saying give it me in this range from here to here. And then we're taking off a fraction of that as well. Sine, which is the same every time. So we're shortening that. Sine pi divided by 4. Okay, so we're reducing the height of this. So instead of being up here, we're now moving it down here. So it now looks like this. And then we're multiplying that by a value. So what that's doing is just making sure that the crown goes up a little bit above an area and then move down again. So anyway, that's oops. I'm sure that's kind of boring, but yeah, that's learning about what sine and cosine look like visually. But if like looking at a piece of code like that, I mean, this is ridiculously complex. It doesn't need to be that complicated. I'm sure it could be made slightly different to that. Um, but you could, but being able to visualize these is really, really useful for, especially for C64 tables and so. Sorry, very random question. Which webcam do you use? I have two. The second one isn't on at the moment. So I think this is the C922 Logitech. You're a fan of Cos and Min. But I'll tell you which one this is in a second. Hang on. It is this is the 922 Pro. So this is a C922 Pro. Oh yeah, this, I mean, my room is not bright. It really isn't. I have to turn the exposure down if anything, so how do I manage float numbers on the C64? I try to avoid them where possible, really. The only reason this exists like this is because the end result is multiplied by a value. So the value, this is just filled with integers. This is we're just rounding it to an integer. But instead of going from 0 to 1, it's going from D2 to FF. So it's going from, the range is much bigger. So a range of 48 or so. Okay. So what we need to look for is when the crown lands back on the player again. That's the problem here. So we need to find where that is and where it's shifted. And do some adjust. Player crown. Okay, player crown frame. Okay, not that one. Not that one. Just trying to see if there's any obvious place in here. Then jump to crown stage counter. Okay. Here we go. Why not parabolic curve? Yeah, I mean, you could use a parabolic curve as well. For me, I tend to think about sine and cosine waves easier than I do think of kind of quadratics and stuff. So I know people who can think of, parabolas and quadratics and stuff much easier than they can think of sine and cosine. So, but for me, I think of sine, cosine, and tan very, very easy. So, oh, are you going to stream? What are you going to stream, Steps? I'm interested. I'm intrigued now. What are we going to be tuning into? Play a bar height. Okay. Oh no, that's the player bar height. I'm not interested in that. OnlyFans. So for those who don't know, OnlyFans kind of is, it tries to position itself as an additional content network for people with Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts who want to produce video content and upload video content. But as everybody is saying, it is essentially just become a porn site. Um, it's really annoying because occasionally, very, very occasionally, you do get some content that is on there, and I hate like going there because you're like, is this really what is this really what I'm expecting, or is it just going to be porn again? It's Patreon for hookers. Yes. That's the best description ever. Best description ever. uh, I mean, it's technically it's not. That's not what it's meant for. It's meant for supplying content. It's like Patreon, yeah. It's meant for supplying video content to followers, right? It's just that because of its lax moderation, it's just become a porn site basically. Instagram was meant for photography. Yeah, good point. Instagram is basically just people say, look how interesting I think my life is. That's what I seem to think Instagram is. Look how interesting I think my life is, but no one else will agree with me. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Oh, award crown. Is this the bit? Maybe this is the bit. Yes. Yes, look, compare, yeah, add compare to D09, compared to D07. Okay, so if maybe if I just move this comparison. Oh no, we've got this add here. Okay. So let's add, because the add is only actually the increment is happening here. So I'm going to do the addition here. So I'm going to add 12, 6 to this to be 12. And let's go and have a look at the bonus. We also need to do the crown coloring, which we can do in here as well. What does the crown color need to be? I mean, it's white at the moment. I guess it needs to be the orangey color. So let's try doing that. So that would be crown is D029. Okay, so in here, is there a D029? I bet there's not. I bet that's the problem. Okay, there is, but it seems to be not happening for some reason. It's in the start. Okay. So is there any reason why that would not get hit? Okay, let's just keep looking. Oh, wait a minute. Is there another sprite in here? No, there isn't. Why would that not be set then? Okay, let's just try setting it, see if it sets. Okay, so D0298. Ah, okay. So let me try setting the color of the player to like purple or something. That changes. Okay, so I can set the color of a sprite, just not the color of that sprite. So I think that needs setting every frame. I think that's the problem. Something is resetting it, so I'm just gonna do it here. I bet you this is on some kind of weird timer somewhere. Is this the sprite that's used for the K? I bet it is. I bet it's the sprite for the K. Let's have a look. Shallan's only fans would be him rubbing his nipples with some capacitors. Oh man, I wouldn't put anybody through that. I wouldn't want to see myself doing that. Never mind anybody else. Man, it's feeling really solid this game. I've got, oh damn it, I didn't actually, I need 2 players, don't I? It's feeling very solid this game though, which is nice. I realized recently why men have nipples. Code reuse. That's so true. Oh my god. It's true. It's the reason. We have nipples because efficiency. Okay, so let's take a look at the crown this time. So hopefully the crown is in the right place. Color-wise, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. There's a small chance it might flicker various colors. Oh, okay. um, okay, so what it's actually done is gone completely the wrong color. Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. Why is that? So it's one less than the color that we've set. So we set it to 8 and it's come out as 7. And also the offset seems wrong. So let's okay, let's come back to that in a second. So it's like 700. What I want to do is check these offsets because these offsets seem to be well off. So I'm just going to add 2 to them instead of whatever the hell I was adding. Yeah, here. So I'm just going to add 2 to them instead of. Also, we need to set the sizes as well in a minute. So if I get this working, we need to go through the sizes and make sure they all work at various points. I'm starting to feel really warm. So I can just up my fan a little bit. There we go. All animals fit on a boat. Yeah. The one Red Dwarf said they found the missing front page from. Yeah, oh, yes. Oh, all characters contained within a fictional. Where's that not loaded? God, I hope after all this work, some people actually play this on 2 players. We've spent so long making this work for 2 players. It's such a shame if it only ever got played in 1 player mode. Because it really, really shines in 2 players. That's where it's meant to be played, really. I mean, it feels good. Don't get me wrong; it does feel good, but it's a 2-player game. Let's be honest. Oh shit! Okay, shit. I don't know what's going to happen now. Oh, it's a good point actually. I don't know what's going to happen with the crown. I'm guessing no one's going to win this because player 1 has died. Yeah, no crown awarded. All right, damn it. All right, so I need to try again. Try to get air jury play. Okay, cool. That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see. I feel like it's one of these games that is going to unfortunately review average to low, and it's probably because most reviews are going to be done from the point of 1 player, and that's kind of not what the game is about. Which is a shame, but I'm not expecting much from the reviews. Um, that was never the point of this. The point of this was to create a game on stream, and to create a game that was 2 players. So yeah. There's also net play. We need to set that up as well. Okay, that sounds a little bit better. I'm gonna nudge it up 1 more. I think we may have to change this to be to adjust depending on the player size. But it's the right color as well. Wait, what? How did that? Where? Showdown reviewed. Yeah, I this is the thing. I think this is the problem with 2-player games is games that have been designed for 2 players, and Showdown is a perfect example of that as well. An awesome 2-player game, absolutely hands down meant to be played 2-player. Um, but reviewers are not going to be playing it two player. Reviewers are going to be playing it single player. So they're going to miss out on that, which is really, really a shame, to be honest. Um, and to be fair, it was kind of the same back in the day as well. So when games that weren't well known, like games like Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Islands, fair enough, right? But games that weren't well known like that, but still were two players, didn't tend to review as well as games that were primarily one player. So the reviews not know it's intended to be two player primarily. It doesn't really matter if they do know. It's the fact that most of them can't play it on two player. Most of them are just reviewing it on their own. They're not playing it in two player. It's a shame, really. But it's not about trying to get the best score. It's nice to get the best scores and stuff, but we're not in the business of making shitloads of money from the difference between a 60% score and an 80% score in terms of numbers sold is minimal, and nobody's going to get rich off these games anymore. Um, so it's just about making sure that there is, when somebody does stumble across your game and plays it, that it's fun to play. So which is my big gripe with the shovelware kind of aspect that I've talked about a few times. Is that there's far too many games that are rushed out for the sake of getting yet another title out and actually don't have much in terms of quality content to them. Um, and it pisses me off when they do that as well, because there's some really good ideas and concepts and art and code that goes into the game, but it's just never polished, and it's such a shame, such a shame. That's why I like people like Sarah Jane Avery, like Carlton as well. Carlton spends time on his games as well, doesn't rush them out. Laseoni as well does the same with his games. He takes his time, gets them out. Um, okay, for some reason that seemed to work. I need to do it again. I'm not entirely convinced by that. There's also an element as well. Oh damn it! I should have had two players on as well. Oh, and this we need to do the clipping down here. I've got some stuff about clipping, but we need to do some more stuff around that. Um, the other thing I notice as well is the games that tend to do well and have the visibility are the games with the same few big names behind them, and it's always the ones that have pumped out content because they've already got like 15 games that they've released this year. Then they get noticed more weirdly rather than the ones that don't. Um, with some minor, so there are some exceptions here and there, but there's so many games that just kind of fly under the radar and turn out to be amazing. It's frustrating. Uh, okay, I'm not convinced about that. I'm going to knock that down. But yeah, whatever. It's minor issues really. I'm going to reduce the speed of the crown appearing because that would cause some issues on there. It's another reason I want to do more original stuff as well for the Mega 65 rather than licensed content, is because the problem I've got with the licensed content is I end up in a situation where I can't post anything. Um, so they're, I mean, you probably saw with the Turrican thing. The Turrican stuff got taken down, right? And the reason I had to take it down because I got asked to take it down because of something that's going on with that. Um, and that doesn't really help you promote yourself and the games that you make very much at all. So one of the reasons I want to do see, that color looks wrong still. One of the reasons I want to do an original game is firstly so that I can have a completely original game as a launch title for the Mega 65, but also that I'm going to do it on player 2. I'm not sure what was going on there. But also so that I can actually release post updates and videos and stuff, because I can't do that on most of the things that I do, which is really frustrating. Another reason I'm tired of the kind of license thing. Okay, let's give the crown to that guy. That guy's got the crown now. Okay, so now. Oh, thanks for the follow, Moz1972. Appreciate it, and thank you, Warlock, for reminding me. Damn it. Player 1 still got it anyway. Damn it. All right, I need to get player 2 to have the crown. That's the problem. But it's looking better anyway in this area. And then I need to reduce the player sizes and take a look when they're thinner. See what happens. Although, oh shit. Oh, damn it. Need more alcohol, that's what I need. I don't have anything against people who want to pump out content. I mean, the fact that we get content at all on the C64 is incredible, right? I just I feel there's wasted opportunity there. There's people who are using incredible artists who have a lot of skill themselves to do stuff, and they don't spend the time to fully polish a game. And it's partly the kind of community's fault, because in a well, let's say not the community, but the um it's partly the way. No, I guess it is the community as a whole. I don't mean like just the players. I mean, like, everything: players, publishers, developers, the lot. Because there's an incentive to kind of to get more stuff out, get more content out, because it's all kind of hyped. Quite. Oh, damn it! I completely missed the crown. I'm too busy thinking of this. Damn it! All right, let's get some guys for this. Yeah, it's all hyped quite a lot. So even if the game isn't amazing, it can still do very well on the social media channels. It can still kind of uh gain kind of visibility and stuff. So I think that's part of the problem. But when you see the content that, a team of 3 or 4 people pushes out versus the content that that crown is changing colors. Why is that crown not staying the same color? I don't understand. And it's not on the head either. Um, okay. Take care, Warlock. Yeah, when you've got a team of like 3 or 4 people producing something, and it's, I mean, I'm not saying the things that people produce are terrible, because they're not. There's some good stuff out there. But when you compare it to the stuff that people who spend months and months doing it, and it's one person, like, look at Sarah Jane stuff, right? All right, I'm not a huge fan of the shoot 'em up stuff. Shoot 'em ups have to be very specific for me to like them, and I'm not a massive fan of either Zeta Wing or Soul Force. But I understand. I can look at it and I can objectively say that's an amazing game. It's it might not be my thing, but I can tell it's a super, super polished game. And she's done that almost entirely on her own. The artwork is mostly hers. The only artwork that isn't hers, I think, is the cutscenes between them in Soul Force. The music is hers, and that to me shows somebody who cares about what they write and wants to create something that is outstanding. Yeah, it's it's such a shame. It's such a shame. Uh, right, I'm confused now. Why that crown is appearing at different heights all the time? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this here. I'm going to set it to 4, so I'm going to call it here. And I'm going to change this to 4s here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use the crown offsets, which are in here. Crown offset Y. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the player frame. So I'm going to load. Then I'm going to subtract 40 from it. Then I'm going to transfer that into. I mean, can I use X? I'm not sure. Let me just find out. Award. Okay, yeah, it looks like we can because it's been loaded again here. Okay. Anyway, I shouldn't complain. I mean, I've released 3 games, 2 of which were written in a night, so so I really can't complain about people writing games fast. But 3 games, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna load crown offset Y. Copy X. I'm gonna store that at. No, sorry, I'm gonna add. There we go. So what this is doing is forcing the crown to appear at an offset position on top of my head. And what I'm hoping that this is going to do is this is going to make sure that regardless of where I am up the chart, regardless of which frame I'm in, I will get the correct crown position on my head. So let's give that another try now. Oh, of course they're too long now. God damn you, seriously? Wow, okay. 1198. So this one, okay. I really sorry to keep going on about it, but it's one thing I really like about the Mega 65 is to make a long branch. You just type the letter L before branch. There's something to be said for taking your time to add polish. Yeah, I definitely think so. You can rush a game, and yes, it will play, but a polished game just feels so much better. Let's try and get some points on this guy without killing him. Oh, okay. So now we're in a weird situation where it's trying to force it into the right position, but then that's causing another issue. In fact, what is happening there? That's weird. Oh shit, am I using X instead of Y? No, Y. Y, okay. Okay, so God's sake, this is so frustrated. So I'm going to add to this if it's more than that, add force, which is here. So once the crown has been placed in that position, okay. Don't need it there, but I'm going to put it in anyway. It was just jumping to the other side, I think, and that's the problem. Yeah. Take the crown. No, you take. No. Yeah. It's not just me though. I think there's plenty of devs out there that do do take time to kind of make things look right. It's like testing. There's no way I want to release this game until everybody has played this excessively to test it, because you can't expect the person who the person who made the game to find all the edge cases. You need players to play it, and that's the other thing. People are so afraid of it being released. And yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I am as well, but that they just don't get it tested, and you end up with a game that's full of bugs as well. I have to say though, Megastyle is one of the few exceptions to that as well. I think Megastyle pay a decent amount of you can't remember how to make levels. Can you do a refresh stream? I'm probably going to look at some levels on the next stream. I'm probably not going to get time tonight. So I'll kind of go over it a little bit there. But yeah, I think Megastyle stuff is, it feels polished. It doesn't. None of it feels rushed. I honestly don't think it feels rushed. Oh damn it! I'm trying to play two players at once. So it's not working. I need to get into a particular position for this to work. And here's a perfect example, right? And this is again what I'm saying about Megastyle, is that they do polish their games. The Star Wars game that you guys have been working on looks incredible, right? And I can guarantee if that was done by half of the other devs out there, it would have been out by now, and it would have been okay, graphically impressive, but not an amazing game. It seems like you guys are really, really, really making sure it's spot on, and that's good. That's what you want. Yeah, I like. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to be as well. Oh damn it. Okay, so now the crown is not going to the other side, but it isn't appearing in the right place either. Yeah, no, you're welcome. I've always liked Mega style stuff, so you guys care about quality, which is really important. Gaming is probably 20% the actual game and 80% the feel. The game can look amazing. Um, it can have a great idea, but if it feels like shit, nobody's going to want to play it. And so many games fall into that trap. They have nice graphics, they have a nice idea, and then they just have a really, really bad kind of player experience. Um, maybe this value is not registering correctly or something, but damn it. What's happening? It's getting to the bottom. Okay, if I just do that, if I get rid of the add, if I just take the position and store it, what do I get? Let's start with that and work our way backwards. Two glasses of what I left, or maybe one and a half. No, two. It's okay, so it is to do with the offset. The offset is causing an issue here. So what's happening here is that we're showing the crown exactly the same position as the player is at. The color, I don't know why the color is so wrong, but we need to work that out. So in terms of sprite pointers, what do we have here? So our screen is at C0, yeah. So our screen is at C000. So we can look at the sprite pointers by going C3F8. And we can see our sprite pointers are B0 and B1 for the players. This is not what the sprites actually are. So let me have a look at the colors, and I should be able to tell you. They are actually sprites 3 and 4, not 6 and 7. So if I change that to 3, change that back to add, and change this to 4, and change that back to add. Okay, so that's the problem there. I was looking at the wrong sprites. That's why the monitor is useful. I love your one button games. They're amazing. This is another reason why I'm so determined to get some quality release titles for the Mega 65, because I want to make sure that the Mega 65 is known for a few titles that are great before, just in case it happens, that it gets flooded with shovelware. I don't want to be on a system where when people look, what they see 90% of the time is some crap that really doesn't show off the system at all. So I want to make sure there is good quality content. I realize Luna could probably be considered shovelware to a certain extent. because it is going to be kind of cheap content, but we can make it look really nice. I think a redesign of Luna could look amazing, and still stand above most Spectrum Next game. You're describing, yeah, exactly. Spectrum Next is exactly that. Um, okay, the crown is right now. We just need the color. So I'm going to check player two, but I'll check it when we do the color as well. So I'm setting the color somewhere. Where was I setting it? I was setting it in the update function, but it doesn't seem to actually be applying it, which makes me think maybe the title card in here is doing some color changes on D029, which it is doing here. Okay. And that the color is linked to, okay. Okay, that's fine. So here I need to do, don't look at it, is bonus going to be not equal. There we go. That should stop it from happening on the bonus. Luna is a great game. You just rushed it. Yeah, I mean, it's that's the thing. I think Luna is um I think if I spend a bit of time to get the assets done up front, if I try and get the core engine maybe done up front, so it would be a marathon stream, but it's not a marathon stream as in the whole game will be written on the stream. It will be more like we will work out, we'll try and write the majority of the game on the stream. But Luna could be made to look really, really cool, I think, on the Mega 65. And while it would be a very basic game, it would be a start. It would be, some for a start, it would be something that would give the emulator guys something to work with. Um, and it would be something which can start showing how much fun it can be to kind of um to play on the Mega 65, and actually how easy it is to code as well. Because if I have the majority of the code done on stream, then people have got like a 10-12 hour stream that they can go to and go, oh, look, this is how long it takes to write a game if you know what you're doing. Yeah, a kind of small demo game. Exactly. It's Luna's never going to be a full price game, right? That if you took Luna back to 1985 or something, it would never be a full price game. It would be a budget game. Absolutely. It's not a full price kind of game because the concept is simple and repetitive and doesn't actually have a lot of content if you think about it. Um, the whole point of Luna is it's that easy to pick up and play, really difficult to master, and has got that just one more go thing about it. The fact that you don't have lives is when you first play it, you immediately get that game over, like before you've even gone halfway into the first section, before the screen's even filled halfway up with level, you just boom, you immediately get a game over. It's at that point you go, oh, one more game, one more go. uh, a link to the Luna game. I'm sure somebody on here can link you to it. Doing any more charity games? Yes, I might do. I might do some maybe I'll do Luna 65 as a charity game. I don't know. Because I enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. We did really well. But as I say, my main focus at the moment is making sure that the Mega 65, or doing my best to kind of help the Mega 65 be successful by giving it a decent library, by giving the developers code that they can work with to kind of to iron out bugs and to get the emulator working and things like that, and to just basically help to shape the machine. I think it's an amazing machine. I think it's better than the Spectrum Next. I think it's massively misunderstood. The Spectrum Next is a machine that is meant to replace your Spectrum. The Mega 65 is not meant to replace your C64, although technically it could, given the right cores and stuff. And I think that's one of the things that's a bit confusing about it, is that people don't really know what it is. It is a C65. Its job is to be a C65. Um, What's that YouTube? Should I be clicking on that? Yeah, there you go. The color's sorted. Okay, cool. It's just that the C65, much like the C128, had a C64 mode on it. So I mean, if you boot up the Mega 65, you can type Go 64, and it will take you to the C64. It's a lot like the oh, it's the Lunar Stream. I see. Um, it's a lot like the C128 in that respect. Not just your fans page. Damn it! I thought I made that secret. Um, and it will play the majority of C64 stuff. It may have some glitches, some timing glitches here and there, but these are things that should get ironed out, the glitches anyway. Compatibility wise, that's a bit trickier. But the Mega 65, because the problem the C128 has is that it was too different from the C65, from the C64. It didn't have hardware sprites, and it didn't have the same kind of setup. It was very different the way it worked. So VDC was very, very different to using Vic modes in the C64. So that's, I think, why it didn't really take off very well. And even the C65 is quite different to the C64, which is why the Mega 65 is kind of a middle ground between the two, but with way more power than either of them. C65 was more like the Amiga. So C65 had bit planes, and it behaved more like the Amiga, whereas the Mega 65 is more like C64 on steroids. Relocatable color RAM, 256 color palettes, 4 of them actually, with 28 million colors. Sorry, to pick from. The sprites are the same. The SID is the same. There's elements of it that are exactly the same. You can take your SID player routine and use it on VDC mode. Doesn't have sprites now. At least not that I'm aware of, unless I'm mistaken that. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure it doesn't though. I know, maybe I'm wrong because it's saying talking about sprites here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm wrong. See, and this is the problem that nobody uses C128 mode, so you forget. So I think it does have sprites. I think there's something missing from it anyway. Or maybe I am thinking about C16. Yeah, was it raster interrupts it didn't have? I know there's definitely something quite quite specific to C64 that like quite important to C64 that isn't in the C128. Maybe it's raster interrupts. C128 raster interrupts. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I know there's definitely some weird reasons why people don't use it. It is a bit different to work with. I've never done anything for C128, so I wouldn't know. I thought it was sprites it didn't have, so I'm kind of happy that it does have sprites. So I take that back. I take that back. Misinformation. Oh my god, fake news. No. Oh. I'm not leaving. I want to be clear on that. I'm not leaving C64. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop doing C64 streams. I'm going to focus all my stream effort onto Mega 65. There may be the odd C64 project. I've definitely got. I've got one project which is kind of a promise to somebody else, which I will finish, which is one of my secret projects I can't talk about. When that gets finished, I don't know. I'm going to do it when I feel like it, and nothing else. Yeah, Creatures 3, of course. um, and there's also Doc 2 as well. I do want to finish Doc 2. But I don't care if Doc 2 takes me 7 years. I really don't. I'm just getting to the point where I'm not enjoying the C64 community quite as much as I could be doing, partly because I've got the Mega 65 and I'm enjoying that more. But partly because there's some elements of the C64 community that I don't really agree with, and I find it kind of frustrating to work with those. So things like CSDB, for instance, is kind of really pisses me off, and their attitude towards it. Well, the attitude of some people on that. I actually like some of the people on CSDB. I think it's unfortunate that it's also the home of the demo coders, because there's many demo coders I think are amazing, and I would listen to demo coders and look at their stuff all day long. But unfortunately, they share that space with some utter morons, and I cannot abide by any of them. They piss me off so much. Um, I just can't be dealing with them at all. And some of the horrible, sneaky underhand tactics that they have to get hold of a game so they can score a few points. Just my god, just really really pisses me off. And as I say, the Mega 65 has got my attention because I really want the Mega 65 uh to succeed, and I think I'm in a unique place where I can help it do that. So I want to focus as much of my attention on making sure that happens as possible. Kind of people who fart in an elevator. No, the worst is when you're in an elevator on your own and you think, "Ah, great, I can let one rip now." You let one rip, and then you get off at your floor, and as you get off, three more people get on. You just think to yourself, they all know. They're all gonna know. They're all nodding to me and saying hello now, but in about 10 seconds' time, they're gonna go, "He let one go in this elevator." That's the worst. That's the worst. I really like Shannon working on Makes It Like he can help by creating these marvelous games on it. And he can be the first is all over. Yeah, yeah, that eye contact where you know and they don't. Yeah, exactly. You know that you know that was a bad one. That was whatever you ate the night before has definitely affected that one. And they have no clue, and they're smiling and nodding to you, and you're just giving a nervous nod back, and you think, yep, any minute now they're going to know, and they will never bring it up. They will never ever bring it up. But the next time you see them, they know, and you know that that happened, and that's the worst. I can be the first as all of the. Yeah, I am pissed off about the dev kit hoarders, but yeah, what can we do? So, how does a dev kit for Mega 65 work? You've been given all the tools when buying one. So, once you've got the dev kit, you basically you can run all the latest cores as soon as they're compiled. So as soon as Paul kind of pushes a new core, you can download it and upload it to your machine. The cores for this follow a couple of hours after that. So when you get this, you will get cores for this, but it's a couple of hours after the main one. Um, you also get access to the dev portal, which just has kind of tools and downloads and stuff. To be fair, I haven't really used anything on the download portal, but that's just because I like to write my own tools. So there's probably stuff on there that I probably could use. I should maybe look at them at some point. Okay, bonus crown transition. Actually, this is pretty good. Let's take a quick look at one or two of the levels before we finish and go on to the Famicom. So as I say, Zigzag has provided us with loads of new levels here. So it's pretty cool. Now, you can still play these, uh, but it will play a really old version. Ooh, Famicom playing games. Yeah, I'm going to play it about half past one. I don't know why that's not loaded. Maybe that doesn't work anymore. It used to work. This looks good. The colors are nice. Positioned, play positions, okay. So the way I like to think about these is think about it from the position of a cola bottle, right? So the cola bottles are gonna drop and they're just gonna walk until they walk off a platform, right? So so what I like to do is look at kind of coverage. I guess you could call it. I call it coverage anyway. Which is if a player, if a color bottle lands from here, where's it going to go, right? So let's assume it's always walking left, which they do seem to. I think color bottles always walk left anyway. So it's going to go here. It's going to come down here. It's going to walk across here, down, across here, across here. So coverage isn't bad actually. I mean, there's this section here that doesn't get hit, and this section here that doesn't get hit. It's going to walk across here, down in the and then repeat. So on this level, you'd be safe if they only spawned out of here, standing in this section here or in this section here. One that spawns here is just spawning into the same path that this one is on, and one that spawns here ends up in the same path but starts here. So you've got this square here, and this kind of section here, and everywhere under here beyond this point here. So coverage is not great on this one. There's a few safe areas. There's at least 3 safe areas, but he has more than just the cola bottles in. So he's also got these guys on. So these guys stay on the platform and run backwards and forwards. So in this case, they would cover all of these. So that gets rid of this square here. So that stops being safe. Then you've got the candy canes who jump around. Okay, so candy cane jumping around basically, anytime you put these 3 guys in the level, you make pretty much everywhere unsafe, because adding these 3 guys means that you've got an enemy that can jump between levels all over the show. So you've also got 2 flying enemies here as well. So yeah, I mean, this would be a relatively tricky level, I would say. There's no safe place to stand. You've got at least 3 relatively unpredictable enemies in these 3 here are really unpredictable. Well, not unpredictable, but they can kill you very quickly. You've got 2 flying enemies, which makes things quite difficult as well. Yeah, this is a relatively difficult level with not too many enemies. I'd say this is kind of somewhere in the last. If you look at the first half of the game, this is probably in the later half of the first half of the game. 2 power-ups in here as well. That's good. I like it. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, so first thing I notice here is there's no power-ups in here. I think every level should have some power-ups. But that's fine. I think we can just add them in. Hang on, let me. Yeah, okay. So here's the enemy list here. And if I look, so this is what the project files look like. And you can see power-ups are number 8. So if I put a number 8 in somewhere, it should create a new power-up. So let's just stick a couple of power-ups in here. So let's have a look. Where's the editor gone? Here we go. Let's stick 3 power-ups in. So every 4 enemies, let's stick a power-up in. So I'm going to stick one in there. I'm going to stick one in here. I'm going to stick one in here as well. And if I save that and then go and load it back in again, we should see some power-ups in there. Yeah, so please make sure if you're making these levels that you do put power-ups in. They're kind of necessary. So yeah, there you go. So let's look at coverage from. So we've got plenty of flying enemies. In fact, the first thing that spawns is a flying enemy. We've got 3 of them. We've got 4 of the unpredictable enemies. So that's pretty good. That means it's not going to be an easy level to survive on. Let's see where the cola bottles drop down to. So they start here, which means they're going to drop onto here, drop onto here, drop onto here. Then it's going to change direction, go this way, this way, this way, change direction. Oh, okay. So the cola bottles that drop from here are going to get stuck in kind of this area here, between this platform here and this bottom platform. So the bottom is not a good place to be. But yeah, those are going to end up just walking backwards towards here. This one is going to go down. Okay, that's just going to repeat itself around this area here over and over again. So this level, I would say, is probably a slightly earlier level because it's really predictable where the walkers are going to end up. Down here. Wait, hang on. It's going to go that way. It's going to come this way. Yeah, so both this one and this one are going to end up in this area along the bottom, and this one here is going to end up here. So basically, you're relying on the flyers and the unpredictable ones. Okay, that's cool. I like this one. I feel like the background color is. Oh, let me just. I feel like the background color is. It looks a little bit too pastel like that. That's kind of nice. I'm not gonna mess with this. I will go through this later, but and again, it needs power ups. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through too many of these. I think it's probably need to add power ups through most of these. Looking cool though. I'm liking the levels. Oh, this is an interesting one. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Actually, this space here seems to be the safe spot. No, it's not actually. There's no safe spot here. This is actually this is more difficult than it seems. Plus, it's got flyers and it's got unpredictable ones. So there's no safe spot. Nothing's predictable. Yeah, this looks like a difficult level actually. Let's check some of the later ones as well. One thing I've noticed is there's a lot of thin areas on this, so I wonder if there's more use of fat kind of areas or not. Okay, this is one thing I do want to try and avoid is the whole point of this is two multicolors, so it needs a kind of another color in it to look correct. Although otherwise it just feels wrong. I don't know what that would be, but we can go through and pick one here. But again, thin levels. I wonder if there's any. There we go. There's some ones with fat platforms. Oh, this is an interesting one. Again, though, needs power ups. Okay, cool. I'm starting to think the gamble bot is totally random. I would assume it is. I would assume that's the whole point of it, that it's totally random. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a very good gamble bot. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. 5 minutes or maybe just slightly more. And then I think we'll go straight to the Famicom after that. But yeah, I think we've done all right tonight. I think considering how drunk I feel right now, I'm surprised we got so much done. There's really, in terms of actual bugs, most of the big bugs have been squashed. So really, it's just tiny little things here and there. So I think on the next stream we'll go through. I'm going to try putting all the levels in, but I'm not going to. As from the next stream onwards, I'm going to stop committing, because I don't want to commit the. So I will commit tonight, but after tonight, I'm not gonna commit the code because I don't want all the levels to be available for a preview on CSDB within a day. So, um, starting the next stream, I'm going to put all the levels in, but I'm not going to allow them to. I'm not going to commit it, and we'll work out some. Yeah, I'd say on the next stream, I'm going to put the levels in. I'm going to make a level or two, and we'll talk about what makes the level difficult. We'll have a look how much space we've got left. Um, because I don't know now how much space we're going to use or take up, and we can work out how many levels are. We do need a completion. We don't have a level complete, and we don't have an intro text. We don't have that scrolling text. The game complete thing can be quite simple. I mean, it could just be a message to say, "Well done, you've completed the game," and whatever. Escaped the Candyland or something. Doesn't have to be anything special, but it just does have to have an end to the game. So it can go from there to the high score table. So it's just a game over that's not a game over. It's like instead of showing game over at the bottom, it jumps straight to another screen. So we will need to put that in. So we need a bit of room for that, but we can work out how much room we've got and start thinking about that on the next stream. But we are getting very, very close to getting this game released, thank God. And then I'm going to move on to Checkanoid, I think. So, going to turn the quiz on, and I should be back in about 5 minutes. All right, right back.